My dear friends, tonight we step into a truth that many hearts have wrestled with in silence. A truth that is not easy, not light, but deeply spiritual. A truth that explains a mystery you may have lived through but never understood. You were hurt. You were abandoned. You were betrayed in a way that shook your peace and tested your faith. You cried. You prayed. You asked God why He allowed such pain to enter your life. And just when you began to heal, just when you started to breathe again, they came back. Not by your invitation. Not by your effort, not because you chased them. They returned. And you wondered, why now, why after everything, why after the damage is already done? Tonight, you will understand something most people never realize. When someone comes back after hurting you, it is never random. It is never coincidence. It is not emotional chance. It is spiritual design. God is doing something far bigger than the human situation you see. Because when God begins to deal with a person's heart, when the weight of conviction becomes heavier than pride, when the silence of their conscience becomes louder than their excuses, they feel a pull they cannot explain, a pull they cannot ignore. They come back because heaven has started a process inside them. But listen carefully, their return is not primarily about them. It is about you. Their return is part of God's work in your life, your healing, your discernment, and your spiritual maturity. You see, when they hurt you, you saw only the pain. But God saw the lesson, the growth, the protection, and the preparation. And when they return, God allows you to see what you could not see before. The Bible reminds us in Luke 8:17 that nothing is hidden that will not be made known. What was concealed in their heart begins to surface. Their true nature, their intentions, their patterns, their struggles, all begin to reveal themselves without you asking. God is exposing what you were once blind to. Not to hurt you again, but to protect you forever. Their return becomes a living revelation. You begin to notice things you never noticed before, the way they speak, the way they justify, the way they avoid responsibility, the way their spirit feels around you. And suddenly, clarity replaces confusion. You realize that God did not allow you to be hurt to destroy you. He allowed it to open your spiritual eyes. And now, when they return, you see with wisdom, not emotion. But there is something even deeper happening. Their return is a test of the transformation God has done inside you. When they hurt you, you were emotional. You were broken. You were reactive. But now you are calmer, wiser, spiritually grounded. God is watching how you respond. Will you react with bitterness? Will you seek revenge? Or will you respond with grace, peace, and discernment? Because the return of the one who hurt you is a mirror. It shows you how much you have grown. The book of James 1:3 teaches that the testing of your faith produces perseverance. This is that test. You are no longer the same person they hurt. You are spiritually stronger now, and God allows this encounter so you can see the evidence of your own growth. But there is another truth most people miss. Sometimes God allows them to return so you can finally release them without anger. You may have forgiven them in prayer, but deep in your heart, there was still weight, still questions, still unfinished emotions. When they return, God gives you the opportunity to close the chapter properly, not with pain, but with peace. You no longer need answers. You no longer need explanations. You no longer need apologies, because God has healed you beyond the need for closure. And when you realize this, you become free. The prophet declares in Isaiah 54:17 that no weapon formed against you shall prosper. Their betrayal did not destroy you. Their absence did not weaken you, and their return will not disturb you. Because God has already established you in peace, their return also serves as spiritual vindication. You see, when they left, it may have looked like you lost. It may have looked like they moved on without consequence. But God does not allow injustice to remain unanswered. He deals with hearts in ways we cannot see. And when they return, you are witnessing the evidence that God has been working in the background all along. You are seeing the fruit of conviction. You are seeing the weight of their conscience. You are seeing the hand of God correcting what they thought they escaped. not for revenge, but for righteousness. And finally, their return is a sign that you are entering a new season. God does not bring the past back unless He has prepared you for the future. This moment marks a transition, a spiritual promotion, a level of maturity where your peace is no longer dependent on who stays or who leaves. You have learned to depend on God alone. So when they come back, you don't feel excitement, you don't feel fear. You feel clarity. You understand that this is not a relationship moment. This is a spiritual moment. A moment designed by God to show you how far you have come, how much you have grown, and how deeply He has been working in your life. And when you recognize this, you stop asking, "Why did they come back?" Instead, you begin to say, "Lord, thank you for showing me what I could not see before." Because now you understand the shocking truth. They didn't come back to hurt you again. They came back so God could finish what He started in you.